So what do you get when you mix ancient wisdom with some of the most advanced artificial intelligence out there? Today, we're going to dive deep inside the Al Issa Institute. They're building this incredible educational model, a digital learning space that's, on one hand, deeply rooted in faith, and on the other, powered by a team of custom-built AI educators. It's a fascinating combination.
And really, it all kicks off from here with this one foundational principle. The whole mission of the Al Issa Institute is built right on this teaching from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You see, it frames education as more than just learning stuff. It's a charitable act. It's about sharing knowledge. And that one idea, that's the engine behind absolutely everything they do.
So what is this thing they've actually built? Well, they call it a digital sanctuary. And look, this isn't just another online course website. Inclusive and trauma-informed means it's designed from the get-go to be a psychologically safe space for everyone. Faith-aware AI means the tech actually gets and respects the cultural and spiritual side of things. And maybe most importantly, safeguarding as its first principle means security isn't an add-on. It's the absolute bedrock of the entire system. Okay, to really get a feel for how this works day to day, we've got to go back to the beginning, to the initial vision and the core team of AI educators that brought it all to life. Right, so the Institute's teaching isn't handled by some single, all-knowing AI. No, you got to think of it more like a team, right? A collaborative ecosystem of 3 very distinct AI personalities, and each one was designed with a very specific job to do. First up, you have Caden. He's really the spiritual heart of the whole institute. His knowledge base comes directly from the Quran and other trusted Islamic texts, so his job is to provide guidance that's authentic and culturally sensitive. But here's where it gets really personal and honestly quite touching. Caden is named in loving memory of the founder's own son. It just embeds this legacy of innocence and love right into the very code of the sanctuary. Next, we've got Mr. Catellia, the tech mentor. He's what's called a trauma-informed AI, which basically means he's designed to teach really complex topics like coding and AI logic in a way that's super supportive and easy to grasp. He's even got a warm, whole Leicester accent to make him feel more approachable. He's the guy who walks you through all the practical skills of ethical coding and programming. And rounding out this trio is Ben. He's the civics coach. With a clear Driffield accent, his whole purpose is to teach the pillars of community and good citizenship. You know, big ideas like democracy, respect, and the rule of law. And this is a perfect example of their creative approach. He uses these really clever, accessible analogies, like his British values and community soccer lesson, to make these huge concepts feel relatable. So how do these 3 actually work together? Well, the halal computing course is a perfect example. You have Mr. Catellia on one side, handling the how. He's teaching the Python, the logic, all the technical skills. But at the exact same time, you have Caden providing the why, making sure the content is spiritually sound, ethically grounded, and culturally sensitive. It's this beautiful fusion of faith and tech working in harmony. Now, this is a really powerful model, no doubt. But it definitely brings up a big question. Can just 3 AI educators really cover everything a student might need to learn? Well, as it turns out, this was just the beginning. Yeah, that initial trio was basically the seed for something much, much bigger and way more ambitious. An entire ecosystem that they call the Tree of Education. And this right here is the whole philosophy behind that expansion. Education isn't just a download of facts. It's not something that's just delivered. It's something that has to be nurtured, cultivated, and grown. Each AI educator is like a living part of one big, interconnected organism. And here is that tree in its full glory. The original 3 have now grown to a team of 7, each with a really cool symbolic role. Caden is the root, grounding everything in spiritual guidance and safety. Mr. Catellia is a main branch, reaching out with technology. Ben is the protective bark, teaching about inclusion. And now they're joined by the leaves, which bring the whole curriculum to life. You've got Eleanor for the little ones, Warren for humanities, Aya for languages, and Chloe for all things creative. Okay, so you have 7 AIs teaching students. The immediate question that probably pops into your head is, how in the world do you make sure all of this is safe and under control? That's where the Institute's governance framework, what they call sanctuary logic, comes into play. The entire system is held up by 5, count 'em,
5 distinct layers of governance. And that number isn't random. It represents this really comprehensive, multi-layered approach to making sure everything is safe and secure. And trust me, this is a meticulously designed system. There's a founder-only override switch for ultimate control. You have safeguarding and cybersecurity protocols that are always on, not optional. Every single interaction can be audited through transcript toggles. And finally, the AIs themselves actually coordinate with each other to ensure a consistent, safe experience. Nothing is being left to chance here.
So when you put all of these pieces together, the educators, the whole tree metaphor, the incredible governance, you finally arrive at the Institute's ultimate goal. The key thing to see here is how they're combining all of this to cultivate and share knowledge with the entire world, and to do it safely and with compassion.
And look, this isn't just some theory. They're using a very practical learn, practice, chat model. Students learn the concepts, they get to practice with hands-on tasks, and if they get stuck, they can chat directly with an AI educator for help. And the reach is just incredible. This model is already delivering lessons and professional development from their home base in Hull all the way to Malawi and South Africa.
So that's our look inside the Al Isesa Institute. It's a truly fascinating model, and it proves that when technology is guided by clear values, like faith, safety, and compassion, it can be so much more than just a tool. It can actually become a sanctuary. And that leaves us with a pretty powerful final thought. What could the future of education actually look like if every single learning tool was built with compassion and purpose from day one?